Are we unmuted?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to D&D Play 20 Presents Dragons of a Winter Storm. It is so great to have you joining us for this evening. We look forward to a great game of D&D. We are down 2 members tonight of our group, but that's okay. They are taking care of business or enjoying vacation, and
We love and miss you guys.
yes, we do. We do. Very much. And so, we have Dave, who plays Azrael, Greg, who plays Caius, Jen, who plays Yora, and Matthew, who plays Penbear, the Master of Stealth.
8 foot.
8-foot Master of Stealth. And
I'm gonna be the master of the
Do I get inspiration for that?
Yep.
I don't care. Go for
I
it.
forgot the pronoun.
I just don't care.
8 foot pronoun.
So, anyways, we are going to have us some fun tonight. But first, if you're new here, Dragons of a Winter Storm is a live D&D game where you can earn points. If you follow us and join our Pantheon, you can earn points by watching us live. You can use those points, which you can find the balance on the bottom of the Twitch chat by clicking that little blue shield. You can use those points to buy advantage or disadvantage for the Dungeon Master or for the players. And there are a couple of extra items in those options tonight. And also, I hope you'll subscribe. We would love it if you could subscribe. And that is pretty much that. If you are new, fear not. I'm about to catch you up on what has transpired up till now. Our adventurers began this epic when they were young. Each one shared a dream, but they didn't know they shared that dream. And in that dream, they were band together to conquer dragons. And in the meantime, you know what? I don't even want to do the previously tonight. I'm all tongue twisted from being sick. So, here's the deal. Last week, they were attacked within the Overland Inn by, what kind of dragons are they? I'm really with it.
Shadow dragons.
Shadow dragons, yeah. Wow, my own homebrew, and I'm forgetting.
We tried to protect the king and queen of
Princess
Melanador.
King and Princess of Melanador. It was a giant bloodbath. We slayed, and we went through some tunnels quickly, and we slayed some more dragons, and we got to a big open cavern where we were suddenly safe, and Yor found her hellhound puppy.
Lava puppy.
Lava puppy. Hellhound puppy. Lava puppy.
Now, the reason they are safe in that cavern is because the dwarves, or the elves rather, created a cave-in to block the dragons from getting in to the cavern. And because it is a bad winter storm, blizzard conditions, a whiteout outside the cavern, they can't leave the cavern. Our adventurers and the people of Melanador cannot leave the cavern until that storm passes. And so, in the meantime, 3 people did leave the cavern at their own risk. And that is our resident team members, Trius and Sadana, who went with Rome to find what he calls his flying ship, the magnificent Aosira. And so they are gone this week, and we will find out what happens with them next week. Meanwhile, here in the cavern, strange happenings are occurring. Nobody can seem to find Penbear. I don't know why. Penbear, where are
I'm right
you?
there.
Oh, okay.
I'm right there.
Okay, sorry. Didn't realize you were there. You're hard to see sometimes. And so, anyways, when they reached the cavern, though, and before Trius and Sedana and Rome the Gnome, Skylorn, left, Trius took it upon himself to strike the King of the Elves. A very foolish thing to do. And I believe he was about to be tackled, spear tackled, or was he?
No, it's that happened, and he was pulled back by Saldana, and talked some sense into, and King as well, and it ended very well for what actually happened.
And yes, indeed, our resident bard did indeed find her a lava puppy, because the lava tubes beneath the cavern were starting to bubble to the surface. Even though it was not a volcanic eruption, they were bubbling to the surface, and the lava puppy came out of one of the lava tubes.
Okay, do you want to know his name?
I would love to know his name, her name,
Yes.
whichever.
Its name, I don't presume. I don't know. We haven't bonded yet. We haven't even talked yet. But his name is Ringo Gringo. Ringo Gringo Bingo Mingo Dingo.
Wait, isn't there a
RGB
bingo before
Ringo,
a
Gringo, Mingo.
Ringo Gringo Bingo Mingo Dingo.
Okay, yeah.
RGBMD. He's a professor.
Okay, that's a really long title.
Yeah. You could just call him Ingo. But
Montoya?
Ingo.
Ingo.
Was his name
Okay.
So he's so adorable too. I love that picture.
He is very
Which is-
cute.
Which is also my new puppy's name. My naughty puppy.
Oh, that's not a puppy that you got? I thought it was a puppy.
Yes to both. Yeah, he's a puppy. He's naughty.
So, here we are. Yora and her new puppy are over there by the lava puddle. Pen Bear is walking between several campfires with survivors of Melanodor. There's not a lot of survivors. For every one token you see here, there's probably 10 survivors in all. But I didn't.
Well, how many people of the town were at the bar?
Well, they weren't all this. There were about 50 people. 20. Well, between 30 and 50 people there. But the tunnels had entrances from all of the buildings of Melanodor, and so they were all fleeing into the tunnels. Those that were still alive, and those that weren't trapped. So.
Only like 2 people or something died in the bar.
Yeah. But there were other people in other buildings that, stuff happens. So, anyways, right now we have Caius is standing next to the princess, awfully close to the princess. Gavin is on the other side of her and slightly behind her. And Rome should not be there. Forgot to move him. And right now, everybody needs to decide what the next course of action is to help the people.
Rome is one lucky gnome because I had the instinct to step on him when he was on the ground. I avoided him.
Azrael
He was
is
doing
standing
death
next
saves.
to Lazarus. And Farah and Tainer are also over there. Tika is north of you guys. kind of watching the tunnels because she doesn't trust that the dragons won't come through. And so I don't know if everybody remembers the prophecy that was read last week. It is shared with all players now. The Tome of Everlasting Prophecy that Penbear actually got. And we are going to do a reading of it, but I'm not going to put Penbear on the spot. Unless someone else would prefer to read it, I will read it. Don't all volunteer at once.
Go ahead, Peter.
And so last week when all of the players looked at this book, everybody but...
I was muted. Ha.
Would you like to read it?
I will if you don't want to, and no one else will. I will sacrifice myself as tribute for your noble cause, great and noble DM.
Oh, thank you. Do you have it open?
Where would I have it open?
It's in Discord, pinned.
Actually, it's in Roll20 at the top of the journal.
Or
The
there.
part that starts with Serpents Born.
Yep.
Nope. Dave, why don't you go ahead and do that?
I think
because
your voice
my
mod should
Roll20's
make
not
it.
loading.
One more appearance.
My voice mod should make one more appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, serpents born of wings seek to destroy flesh and bone, which they judge weak. The 12 spring forth, bound by blood and fate. Champions are called upon before it's too late. The queen has returned, she comes with evil intended. As a world is burned, help comes from those descended. The world burns with fire, flesh finds cover, as numbers grow strong, bringing strength to the mother. The brotherhood is gone, all except one, who rises with revelation of what must be done. Champions are needed to seek and serve, the gods born anew, found in prophecy's embrace, even as, I can't pronounce this word, does pursue. Fire and stone is domain of one. Amelindus. Fire and stone is a domain of one. His wrath burns brighter than the blazing sun. Hope shines down from the heavens above, bringing light, liberty, and the gift of love. The floodgates open, for her domain is water. On the seabed you will find her, if you can save her from slaughter. The storm brings danger, eagles soar, retrieve the wind to be stronger than before. Once the champions discover the king's wife, those that thought lost are restored to life. Like fruit from a tree, she will descend, surrounded by cold, the mountains defend. For the world they mourn, together they sing, a pantheon is born to summon their king. The true battle begins, no time to reminisce. The king springs forward to battle Amelis.
And if anybody would like to read that prophecy, all you need to do is join our Discord, and it is pinned in the channel for this adventure, Dragons of a Winter Storm. And
That was great.
yes, very good, Dave. And the link to
The master
Discord,
approves.
the link to join Discord is in the Twitch chat.
So Pete, you're gonna have to remind me exactly how we came upon the prophecy. Like, was it something that the king read?
No.
No, it's the old guy.
Oh,
the-
the guy with the
Picker
crazy
Dane.
staff.
Lazarus. Not,
Right.
Pecker Dane.
yeah.
Packard Dane. Yeah.
Stay a while.
So he showed the book, and it looked like a recipe book to everybody, except for Penbear, who the blank pages, the title of the book, instead of saying Recipes of My Life, said Tome of Everlasting Prophecy. And when he saw the pages, the words of the prophecy came into existence on those pages before him, and he was able to read it out loud.
And that only happened on his copy because we checked my copy too.
That's right.
And it did not do it. Mine's just a recipe book with journals, entries.
So we've surmised that Hacker Dane is probably used the one book that's everywhere, the recipe book he knows is everywhere. So he put a guise on his giant tome that made it look like the recipe book. That's what I'm guessing.
Or someone did.
Hmm.
And so
It's that chef, the wife.
Yeah.
who knows?
We're gonna have to go and talk to her.
So
She's the big bad evil.
the prophecy gives you clues to continue your quest after you help the people of Melanador get to Isaacus Courageous, which is the Dwarven Kingdom, which is actually pretty close. It will require a little bit of scouting for you guys to find the entrance. Gavin, it's been a number of years since he returned to his homeland. However, he does vaguely remember about where the entrance is, but he would need to go in advance once the storm breaks with a few protectors to seek that entrance, and then once it's found, y'all can lead the civilians to safety. So
Hello, Mr. King, sir. How are you feeling now that you've had a slap in the face and a chance to recover?
well, actually, as you look at him, you can see where his skin was burned. He is scarred as a
Scarred?
result from the acid. Yes, he was returned to health, but the
Wait,
melted flesh didn't entirely restore from the healings.
what did Trius do to him?
Trius didn't do it. One of the dragons breathed acid on
Yeah.
him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, that is a serious slap.
In the Overland Inn, when he charged forward to
Right.
try to save his friend Engel from Farnett, he
But yeah, I carried his body out. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. he got a face full of acid. He was on acid, man. And so Farnett and the king's daughter and the human mercenary Philip are gathered with the king, along with you, Caius, and Gavin is standing nearby as well. Azrael is over by Lazarus. So,
Yeah, I was asking the king how he's feeling.
and he responds, oh, by the way, my throat, I'm going to try to do some voices tonight, but don't hold me to them, okay? So
No worries.
the king responds by saying, I am recovered as far as I can be recovered. I cannot believe the dragons have returned. And they've never had the ability to assume other forms like this in the past. What do we face?
I was kind of hoping you would have more answers than that, but looking around here, I don't want to go out of my place, but it does seem like many of these people are unarmed and helpless, pretty much. Should we see how many able-bodied folks we have here and see if we can put together some sort of militia to find a way out?
We do have actually, Engel Farnett speaks up and says, we have some weapons in an adjacent chamber that we could hand out, and we will indeed do that. But we need to get these people to safety. The storm seems to be dying down at this point, but not too much. It'll take a few hours before these people could go out in it, because most of them are not dressed for winter travel. And so they would probably die if taken out in blizzard whiteout conditions. So,
Well, it's not like the snow goes away. They can't travel after the blizzard either.
well, they'll being elves used to high altitudes, they are used to cooler temperatures, just not whiteout conditions. These sort of things, it just caught them off guard. Most of them were not prepared for a blizzard or to be forced out of their homes and businesses. So, what I would suggest, it is still nighttime. Everyone is safe enough right here for now. So I would suggest a long rest. And
Long rest sounds good to me.
and that way everyone can heal up. And I hope I don't have any NPCs to go looking through to heal up. So, and then, unless you four would like to accomplish something before you rest, the people.
Pen Bear, there's something over here.
And I might have been on mute. I saw that. Is it? Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No. Mm-mm. But it seems to like me.
It does. Is it? Like, is it dangerous? Like, is it?
I really hope not,
Burning
because it's
you,
licking
or-
me. No, it's just
No?
warm. It's warm, like a melted marshmallow kind of warm.
That would be good right now. Okay. Well, where did it come from?
That hole over there.
Okay.
Do you think we can keep it?
I would think so. I mean,
I'm keeping it. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Pen Bear said I could keep it. Caius.
I said maybe. I mean, it's not, as long as it's not dangerous, and if it doesn't hurt you, then I don't see why not. Maybe it's somebody's pet.
Keeping it. Well, if somebody, how many things of lava? I don't even know if Yor knows what lava is. Does Yor know what lava is? Absolutely not. I don't know what this is. It looks like hot dirt. That's a natural one.
Hot dirt.
Hot Dirt. That should be his name.
That's a great name.
Hot Dirt.
That should be a TV show or something.
Oh. Well, I mean,
It probably already is, to be honest.
I'm gonna Google that.
How much
And actually,
lava
now
is-
that hot dirt and
New
lava
band
is now
name called
canon.
it.
so being a druid, I assume I would know what it's made of, possibly. Like,
Yes.
would I have ever heard of beasts like that?
Oh, the dog. Okay.
Well, yeah.
I
I mean, yes, lava, but I mean, if you want, I can roll something.
would
you
like
want,
you to
but-
roll a history check.
History check. Of course. Super strong in that. Yep.
Yeah, it's already a band.
12. A big 12.
A 12, you vaguely seem to recall that lava dogs, and lava hounds rather, tend to live beneath the earth within vents of volcanoes, both inactive and active. They can swim through lava.
Ooh, okay, cool.
And they are highly resistant to, in fact, they are immune to fire and heat attacks.
Okay.
But They do tend to grow quite big, although with you're not quite sure you remember how big, but you seem to remember at least large size.
Okay,
Large size? Wow.
that's cool. Okay, so I'll Yora. I think that's just a lava beast. I mean, that stuff that you see over there is just like molten rock, and
Hot mud,
So
mud.
it's basically made of that. Like it can live in that. So,
so you think it's safe then? Because I'm touching it. It's sitting in my lap right now.
I would assume that if it wanted to hurt you, it would.
Wait. Okay. Well, maybe it's just because fire doesn't really hurt me very much. Fire doesn't hurt you either.
Want to test it on
Caius.
Kai? Yeah. Yeah.
No. Not Caius.
Yes.
I don't really know this new guy.
You're
Look what
right.
I found.
You call- Oh,
Look what
that's
I
what
found.
it was. That's
The
what was
puppy.
back there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
here.
neat.
It wants to give you kisses.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't let strange things kiss me.
Well, how about just a pet then? He's really soft, like a warm,
I-
fluffy marshmallow.
I am not looking for a pet. I don't have. That's a human thing. Pets.
Well, I mean, a companion, a furry confidant.
Well, I mean, it's got to be smart if you're going to keep a confidant.
Fine, Caius, whatever. Azrael, who I've never really talked to, which we should probably have a conversation at some point. Touch my pet.
Well, that's very forward of you to touch your pet, but
At least
Yeah.
it's not
have
a
to do-
kitty.
Are you not weirded out by this at all? I mean,
just a little bit.
what do you want
Have you
him
guys
to
never
do to
picked
it?
up a stray? No, I just want him to touch it, to pet it, to feel how soft and cozy he is.
Well, it does look very cuddly, you know, and warm.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a fucking persuasion.
I'll pet it. I'll pet it. What kind of saving throw I need to make?
There goes our one F bomb for the evening.
That
Oops.
went past me. I didn't even notice.
I know, just
Sure.
kidding. Okay, so he's touching the dog. Does it affect him at all with the fire, or Peter?
Dungeon Master.
Roll. I should say survival, but yeah, roll a Constitution save. Your body burst. No, I'm kidding.
No, but go ahead, give me damage because I want to do something.
Uh-oh. Okay,
It's relevant.
let me just...
Do I have his stuff on my?
You should have... If
Yeah.
you have control of him, you have a character sheet for him. So... you're... I don't think you want him to do lava breath, so I would think bite. Maybe he takes a nip at him playfully.
No, he's too cute for that. No, I'm just trying to figure out if like anyone who isn't.
Trying to see if you,
Oh,
if
sorry.
you touch
So
it.
heat
you catch on fire.
generation. The puppy constantly generates comfortable heat 10 feet in all directions, providing warmth in cold weather. Everyone, find yourself a puppy. We can get through this storm, no problem.
You see Caius' face, and he's starting to sweat. I'm gonna go grab
So, Azrael, please roll
Yes.
a 1d6. You take
My
4
puppy
points of
face.
fire damage.
Okay, so Azrael, as his reaction, absorbs the elements and pulls the fire into his hand.
That's a nifty trick. What is that?
Magic.
That
Ooh.
I can manipulate fire, but that's kind of cool.
Have we had the conversation about who and what Azrael is?
Not really.
What are
Apparently
you? You don't look like Pen Bear, who has an affection for fire. Yor
without the
doesn't
vo-
know who all can control fire.
Without the voice mod, Azrael would appear to be mostly human, other than the fact that his eyes don't look quite human. More of a celestial glow to him.
What color glow?
White. He wouldn't probably know, quite frankly, how to describe himself, other than the fact that he is only half human.
Sort of like a half human, half perfection.
Half celestial.
So, I mean, where are you from? Like, well, let's start with the basics, I guess. Like,
Okay, so I'm going to defer to Peter because I don't really know the locations too well yet. Peter, do you want to describe that?
You were raised in Arkova, the human homeland. However, you are originally from, where is my world map?
Your mom.
That's how it usually happens.
So I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
From
You
your
were born in the permafrost, which is a southern kingdom. It's a southern land that is frozen over, and it's very harsh cold conditions. As a result, you probably have some resistance to cold too. I should probably give that to you.
Well, right
Okay.
now, by default, he has necrotic and radiant resistance, just so you know.
You can add cold resistance to your character.
my God.
Okay.
So is that something that you tell us, or is it something that you don't necessarily want to say right now?
No, Azrael would probably tell you that he's half celestial.
Okay.
He's half human, half celestial, and he would tell you where he's from. So, born in the permafrost, raised in Arkovia. So, from a different region from most others.
Okay. I'm not sure
Like,
where.
he's not trying to be coy to be funny. He's
Yeah.
being very serious about it. He's doing it because he wants people to trust him. He doesn't want to be mysterious and, standoffish with people.
I will say that Azrael, from what he remembers of the permafrost, not only is it very cold, but huge boulders and islands float in the sky there. They seem to defy gravity in the central area of the permafrost. It's a very dangerous area because the boulders are constantly colliding and splitting and going in different directions and that sort of thing. So it's a very hard place to navigate, but on the ground where his original village is, which doesn't even have a name, his people who are human live there. And we lost Jen.
Oh no.
Now that she got the puppy, she's just like, I'm done. Okay. Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
We're in the end
Um,
game.
That's it. I'm out.
And that's our episode for this evening.
Oh, that was fun.
Puppies of a winter storm.
It went so fast.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not sure where that is, but it seems like you have like from the start, when you met us, it feels like you had more of an affinity with magic than all of us. Is that something that was taught to you? Is that like how do you do that?
Well, what I do when I did the absorb elements, Asher would describe how he does that. So when he gets hit with an element, he's able to channel it, hold it, and use it. Maybe even go over to one of the fires that might be burning down, and he'll stoke it with the flame.
Okay.
But in terms of his, I guess, innate magic, if anyone in the area was wounded, he would go over and touch them, kind of how he touched Trius during that fight.
Okay.
That's something that he can do just at will.
Okay. Whenever you go to the fire, I'll follow you just to see like what you can do, and then I'll do controlled flame and just do a little like design in the fire as well, like just not to show off, but just like okay, yeah, I can do that too.
No, but it's appropriate here because people are cold and we're
Yeah.
able to at least, kind of spread the warmth around.
Yeah. Okay, well that's interesting. I mean, what I do is mostly
I'm imagining the dog following you guys around
just like
because of the warmth, right?
yeah. Yeah, what I do is more like nature based. Like what first time, well, I mean, magic's supposed to be gone, so the fact that you were able to absorb that is very interesting.
Yeah, his magic is arcane.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've helped us all along, so it's weird, but we all have our different ways of doing something special. So, I don't know. I'm curious where that's coming from, because it's supposed to be gone, and like the demons and dragons, and now the prophecy. Like anybody understands anything from that prophecy, or? I know there's a part about
You're
beagles
muted, Jen.
and
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually pretty good at riddles and things. I have to really sit down with it though, and think long and hard because I know that they're in that part about people coming back. I know might that part's pretty profound, I'd say.
yeah, and I'll just grab the book with the prophecy and just hand it to you. I'm gonna hand it to you.
Can I read it? Or could only Mythia read it? Or could only Pen Bear read it?
Sorry, caught me with my mouth full. Only Pen Bear can read it, but he could probably.
Right. Yeah.
If he can write,
so
he can
yeah,
write it down.
yeah. I could definitely copy it into journal number 723.
Okay. Well. Okay. So I'll just sit down and just read it again slowly so that you can write it down in your own turn.
How slowly?
I mean, Yor is a
no.
writer, so
Yeah,
she can.
I mean, I'm just keeping up with how fast she can read.
This begs a question. All that extra backpack that you made Caius carry the entire time, that whole year, was that 700 and something journals?
No, but it was definitely the last 20. We started off with 2, and we went through 18 to get to here. All the rest of them burned down with my childhood home. If you want to just, be real traumatic with it.
Now I feel bad for laughing.
Good, you should.
You burned it.
You burned it. Burn that bridge. To my childhood. Thanks. To all happiness. You know what? I can't even say that because I wrote all of that backstory.
She admits it.
I'm sorry, Yora. Anyway, go ahead and just break that fifth wall. So yeah, I mean, it's long, so maybe like 15 minutes. But that's before we're getting ready to take a long rest. So.
Okay, and Caius.
Yes.
What was that for? Caius.
Me?
How are you reacting to what happened to Azrael when he touched the puppy?
Well, I was kind of over near the king, and whenever they called over to me, I kind of went over to them, but it went back to my conversation with the other people. So I'm not really in that one right now.
Okay. Are you
I
saying
didn't
more
really
to the
see.
king?
I've always felt like Azrael is just a normal human, just a good-looking normal human. I don't know too much about humans. Just seems like a cool one. Kind of aloof, so I just kind of, think he doesn't want to talk to me, and he's too cool for me. So I'm working up the nerve. He's got an intimidating voice, and I'm just,
Does he not let you sit at the lunch table?
There's actually, for the last little while, whenever I'm doing any kind of training or anything like that, because I do some sword work and stuff every day, try to keep sharp, and do my prayers and stuff, and to the Forgotten One, and there's been a few times when I'm thinking I look cool, and I look over to see if Azrael's looking, and he's not noticing. Okay. It's alright. Someday I'll be a evil big fighter, and
An evil big fighter?
not evil, but menacing. I'll have a little more menacing myself someday, hopefully.
Okay, so
And to add insult to injury, I mean, considering the fact that we made level 4 last time, now Azrael can wield 2 long swords at the same time. So
Nice.
just when you feel like you're doing good with 1, he's like, yeah, I'll just break out 2.
sharpening them on his whetstone.
I finally got the move where I can spin it around and put it in, and then he does it with 2.
Okay, so anybody have anything else they would like to do before you bed down?
Yeah, I'm talking to the king and Gavin and all them.
Okay.
I was asking the king how he's feeling, and then we stopped the conversation. So I just
Go ahead.
basically going from there. I was just gonna be like, it seems like a few of us have taken some hits, and we need some sleep tonight. But who among you can head out with us in the morning? I feel like we need to find our way out. I don't think our group we're not good at staying still, so I don't think we'll be here very long.
Gavin speaks up and says, "Why don't you ask the old man with the long white beard? He seems... Oh, wait, I have a long white beard. Why don't you ask the prophet? He seems to have all the answers."
I'm not sure that I'd like to have a conversation with him. He seems a little... I don't know, there's something about his voice.
And his face.
Oh, man. Y'all are making me mess up too much tonight, and plus I mess
Speaking
up
of-
on my own.
Speaking of white beards, though, you, what is it again? Gavin?
Gavin.
You seem like you can hold your own in a fight. Where'd you learn to hold an axe?
He hefts his maul
Oh,
and says, "This is no axe, my friend. This,
it's kind of small for a maul.
it's a two-handed maul, man."
It looks like an axe. I mean,
It's not a pole arm.
I guess you're a dwarf, so.
So he hefts it and he says, "This mighty weapon has seen the dragon war, has crushed the skulls of dragons. But that was in my younger days. I can still wield it with force, though, so don't get any ideas."
No, so that means that you're volunteering to come with us tomorrow.
So you know how to kill the dragons? That's perfect. I mean, that's. Yeah.
You'll
Sure
need
has.
me with you because I may remember the way to the entrance to the
What
Dwarven
entrance?
Kingdom.
We're looking for an exit, not an entrance.
Well, the exit to this cavern is directly south of you, buddy. But a scout team's gonna have to go find the entrance to the Dwarven Kingdom, the secret entrance.
Well, you've already confused me. We came from the south, but I don't know. This guy doesn't seem to know what he's talking about. I think he's lost it, the old age, maybe. All right, Mr. Kingman, I think we will retire for the night, but I'm glad that you and your family and loved ones have made it out of that. That
Thank
was
you,
insane.
kind turtle.
Your Majesty. Yes, that's what they say, right? Yeah. Okay. Bye now.
So, you're gonna go find a place to lay down, or? Okay, that works. It's nice and warm there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask them if they wanted to go find a fire, and it's all warm here, so. Oh, it's good here. Okay.
So while the four of you are bedding down for the night, Tainer will approach the princess and will exchange some words, but you can't really hear what they're saying, except that he is blushing tremendously and she is smiling spitefully. And Gavin
Wait, who is
rolls
this?
Tainer Oneheart. He's one of Sedana's friends from the inn.
Okay.
And the princess are exchanging the words. Farah is standing by Lazarus and kind of grinning at her brother. And he seems flustered until he turns away and walks to stand over by a group of elves that are trying to stay warm by a fire. And the princess giggles playfully and turns back to the king, who is looking at her like, "What are you up to, daughter?" kind of expression on half of his face, because the other half is all burned. So and so everybody beds down. And
Before doing that, actually, what's the old man's name again?
Lazarus.
Lazarus. I'm gonna go and talk to him.
You're talking about the prophet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty.
So
He
right
is.
here.
Nope.
Yep.
He's right here.
Yep. So I'm just gonna, with the book, like I'm gonna approach him like while reading again and again that prophecy, and without just taking my eyes off of it, I'm just gonna ask him like the part about the Brotherhood and that it's gone and all except one. I assume that's you.
Every time I go to speak in this guy's voice, I keep thinking of Deckard Cain now. Thanks a lot.
Well, just go with it.
Yeah,
Don't
just go with
announce it. Just go with it. Embrace it.
Yeah. I can't do Deckard Cain's voice.
Okay, well, no one said
He says,
do it.
I'm the
Welcome!
last one of the Brotherhood.
over the past year, my brothers have been disappearing or shown up dead. I do not know why. Well, I did not know until this very night. Obviously, the dragons have been hunting them down, they and their charges. I fear that only those who are here remain of the descendants of the mages from 50 years ago who gave their lives on the day of sacrifice. But I have been searching for others, and I had held out hope that tonight in the Overland Inn, while the stories were shared of the day of sacrifice, that perhaps others would show. And indeed, some of you have shown, but not as many as I had hoped.
Okay. Now it does say, like the text is the Brotherhood is gone, all except one, who rises with revelation of what must be done. So what exactly are we supposed to do here? Like, if the whole world is turning upside down, we've seen demons and now dragons. Like, what do you know?
I am a servant of that prophecy, and what must be done is this. We need magic to re-enter the world fully. We have seen glimpses of it, but since the mages gave their lives 50 years ago, there's only been the most basic. But now that the shadow dragons have shown themselves, suddenly there seems to just be a touch more magic in the air. We'll need more magic in order to conquer the dragons, the queen and her army. And the only way to do that, according to the prophecy, is to find the other dragons, the good dragons, those who will become gods.
Okay. Do you have so? There is one part about the storm brings danger and eagles soar. I am from Eagle Island. We were hiding there until I had to because I had to flee. But so I assume that all of those are different locations then? How many good dragons there were before?
These dragons, only one existed before. Well, technically two, for the king was always there. But these are new dragons. They will be reborn into the world. You asked me if the prophecy tells you where to find them. Yes, this is so. How many there are? Even I don't know that.
So there was only one good dragon before?
There was... Give me 1 second to zip over to my tokens page so I can see his name. There was one dragon named... Scrolling. Rogan.
Rogan. Okay.
The king of the dragons. And there were other dragons, but they were not like the dragons that we need. That they were not gods. There was one king ruling over all the other dragons, except they were metallic dragons in those days. And now that the queen has returned, her dragons are no longer chromatic dragons. For some reason, her dragons have become something more. What was once a black dragon is now a shadow dragon, and able to shift its form and infiltrate
Yeah, it's even tonight. It's not the first time that we've encountered those. I think. Um, okay, so is there like you were saying like there's a brotherhood? What what did you guys do? Like protect the prophecy or?
We protected the descendants of the 12 mages in the hopes that one day, once Amalindis freed herself, those descendants would be able to summon powerful magic to bring back the gods, to quest and find the dragons reborn, or the dragons born, rather.
Okay.
You say you are from the island of the Eagles.
Yes.
Tell me, is there a temple on that island?
There is.
Then
Although it's not a place where we would go. It's more of a place that we would avoid. So I know of its existence, but nobody really knows what's in there.
I would say that none of the dragons you seek to free the magic will be unprotected or unguarded.
Mm-hmm.
So there will most certainly be risk involved in recovering them. But with each new recovery, something fantastic should be released into the world of Eridor.
Yeah, well, I think what we've learned from the vision that we've had, our group, and tonight, and even before in Woodruff, whenever it comes to dragon, there's always something more, good or bad. So, okay. Thank you.
You are very welcome, my friend.
And then I'll just go back to the group and try to sleep for the night.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything? Okay.
No, I have nothing.
Alrighty. So, you all go to sleep. Outside, you can hear the wind howling. You can hear, you can feel the occasional wave of cold air washing into the cavern. But between the fires and the lava pools, the cold weather is held back enough to those that are wearing thinner clothing may not be sleeping comfortably. The floor is cold, but they do what they can. There are a few blankets. Some of the elves have been given swords and various weapons. Whatever the military had to spare has been handed out. And it helps the civilians sleep a little more comfortably, but not much more because of the cold. And the night passes. You do not hear the screeches of dragons outside, but gradually overnight, the blizzard subsides. And so when you wake up, bright sunlight is shining down outside of the entrance. And the wind is no longer howling. The storm has broke. There's a tundra of snow. The nature outside the cavern is covered with snow. The landscape is, but it's smooth snow, unbroken by the presence of any creatures. And everybody is starting to stir. There's no food to eat in the cavern, so most of the people woke up hungry. And the king approaches all of you Excuse me. If you are awake, who all's awake right now?
I'll be awake if it's in the morning.
Well, how early in the morning? Like before dawn, after dawn, after majority of the people in this cavern? I don't know if you've ever been in a campground, but it's pretty obvious when people are awake.
I mean, the sun is up. What time's the sun come out fully? It's fully out. I would say an hour past sunrise.
Okay, so probably everyone's up.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's your puppy doing?
It's tending its business.
Okay.
Well, what do you do first thing in the morning?
7 days after Mexican food. Same thing.
As Ingo moves over to the side there and lifts its leg, you hear a hissing as it's
Yeah, we don't have to do this out. Yep, nope. We don't have to do that.
the ice.
Nope, don't have to do any of that.
I believe there's a topical cream for that. Just saying, Papa might need some of it.
Penicillin.
And so the king approaches your group, and Gavin is with him. And the king says, your group seems the most equipped to deal with the coolness outside. Gavin here may know the way to the secret entrance to his kingdom, to his homeland. If you could accompany him to act as his protector, perhaps we could evacuate this cavern and get my people to safety, or what remains of them. Would you be willing to do this for me? For us?
Yeah.
Well, why did you say? No, yeah, no, we'll go. We'll go.
Well, I mean, Trius and Saldana aren't back. What are we gonna do? To sit here and look at them awkwardly in their face this whole entire time? I mean, do you want to be around these?
No, that's a great point.
These homeless people?
Oh, no, not homeless people. Just, people that we don't really know and be stuck in a cave with them until Saldana and Trius come back. We don't know how long that'll be. Might as well do something. I don't know about you, but I would go crazy being in this cave for days on end. Please sign me up to do anything else besides sit in a cave for days.
Well, yeah. No, I'm with her now. Yeah. No, I was talking with Gavin last night. Oh, there you are, Gavin. Are we still, is it just us then? There's not any more? You're not bringing some of what about the princess or the Philip dude?
The king says until you all find the proper path to go on, it would not be wise to send a large group out there and attract attention. I believe a smaller group would be able to move about more freely, so to speak.
Yeah, we can stealth our way there, I guess.
By smaller group, he means expendable.
Who said about stealthing their way there?
I did.
Oh,
First.
you're standing right next to me. Where'd you come from?
Aha.
Let this guy lead you.
I assume you're gonna send soldiers out for food then? If we can't help with that.
No. Until we get to Isaacus Courageous, we do not have access to food. It is... we may find wildlife frozen because of the swiftness that the storm set in, but most of it's probably buried in the snow at this point.
What are the natural occurring animals in this environment? I'm sure they're built to deal with this. Sheep or whatever.
Well, we do have mountain goats and
Right. I'm sure they're
stuff like
fine.
that, but this
And,
is
I
the
mean,
middle
there's
of
plenty
harvest
snow.
month.
You're not going to run out of water, though, so it should be a few days. We'll be fine.
This is the middle
Okay.
of harvest month. We didn't expect a winter storm in the middle of harvest month. It is at least
Well,
2 months early.
did you know the campaign name? Foreshadowing. No, I reach out to the king because it's bugging me while he's talking. Seeing that we did cure his wounds yesterday, and he does look more chipper, but that burn on his face is pretty vicious, and it's just so I use my lay on hands, a few points of that, try to fix his face as much as I can.
Okay. When you make this attempt, he kind of stiffens a little bit.
Oh, just relax. It'll be fine.
That's what she said.
What?
Nothing. Continue.
And you're making me paranoid. So he stiffens in reaction, and then I'm so paranoid right now. I don't know how to talk.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And you lay hands on his where his scars, where his burns are, and the flesh is not going to heal. It will not heal. It will. The scars remain. I mean, the wounds are closed. The blisters have subsided. Whatever occurs from the rash is gone, but the melted flesh is still melted from the acid burns.
Good as new. Looking very majestic, Mr. King.
Thank you.
I think-
And he rolls his eyes.
I think we'll leave now.
Go
I'm
north.
gonna. Yeah,
I've heard of you. Go north.
We'll take care of him, and you take care of your people. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
I head east.
Oh, great.
In the all the
got
way
my-
into the lava.
I'm looking over my shoulder.
That's
at the
actually
king.
west.
No,
that's east.
when Yora sees him going off the wrong direction, Yora is going to use her new message cantrip to tell Caius that's the wrong direction. But you're already at least 120
Excuse me.
feet.
Excuse me. Here's something this way. Excuse me. Hello. Good day. Yes, we were heading out, weren't we?
And so
Yora. After you.
the the king goes back over there, and Gavin hefts his maul and he says, "Follow me." And he starts moving south to the exit of the cavern, which is all the way south. And you all can move your tokens. And as you step out, the air is clean. To the side, each side of
What are these?
to each side of the entrance is a carved ice statue of an ice golem. But it is not an actual golem, it is just an artistic rendition of one. So, Caius, you can actually go forward.
I was just wondering what this black pool was.
That is tar.
Caius is looking at the black pool and poking it with different things, getting more bold over time.
Okay. It's just a sticky tar substance.
He's definitely gonna take some in some kind of thing he finds appropriate to contain this sticky tar substance.
Okay.
Whether it be a shirt or a vial or whatever it can get into. Just gonna ball up some or whatever I can get.
Where do you get the shirt or vial?
I see one on the ground by one of the fires of a sleeping person.
Oh, you're gonna steal it.
Well, it's just sitting there.
Okay, I'll let you get away with it. It's a
Thank you,
flask.
sleeping person. Thank you very much.
If you would have said stuck with a shirt, I would have had you pull a shirt off somebody.
I mean, he's really curious about this stuff. He's gonna be like, "Hey guys, look what I found! It sticks." It's like, don't even notice the ice golems.
Give me 1 second.
Do
and I
his
will-
hands get stuck together?
Depends on how dexterous he is with this.
Did you pour it into your hands?
No, I'm just like using something to like stretch it out and show them.
Because I would love for your hands to be stuck together. So as you come out, and no, you can't see the golems on this map. Oh! That's a little bit of... I'll deal with that later. Let me move something to a different layer because he's not here. There. Okay, so...
I have a logistics question. So in this game, if you have a spell that has a non-cost material component, is it assumed that you have that material component?
Yes.
Okay, so that would mean that if I have feather fall, I have feathers, and if Caius gets tar on him, I can actually feather him, right?
Yes.
Nice. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Or you
But-
have a spellcasting focus that makes you not need feathers.
Remember, you don't have access to spells that are above level 2 right now.
Fine, I don't have spells above level 1 anyway.
As a multi-class character, that does not bother me.
But you can upcast.
As a level 4 character, it doesn't bother me.
So, as you come out of the cavern, you shall... Oh, there's Gavin. Gavin takes the lead, and he will lead you all south, and then west. And this is a process of scouting that will take you probably an hour or so.
Okay.
Need to roll
before-
anything?
Before we go any further, actually, a few minutes, well, just a minute or two after we're out, can I try to call for Fantus? And see if he's anywhere. How far are we from the town, anyways?
Call
like
for
those
who?
tunnels and that.
For
What's
the
that?
eagle. For
Yeah.
Fantus.
My eagle.
Okay. How would you go about calling him?
That is a
Telephone?
good question.
Claw phone.
Prepaid?
I would just try to. Well, first of all, just to look in the air to see if I see anything, if he's flying anywhere or like. But that's the thing. Like, how far are we from the town? Like,
From
how far did we?
Melanador, you are miles, at least 10, 15 miles further along.
Those were long tunnels. Jeez.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
But I didn't think you'd want the lag that would come with doing a 15-mile map. So
No, I get that. So do I see anything in the air that would, like any giant eagles flying around?
give me a perception check.
12.
You do not see.
We have lots of advantages if you want a better roll.
Would you like to use? I guess so.
26.
Okay. As you gaze
He
up,
sees a baby. We still have.
as you
Thank you for
gaze
the advantage.
as you gaze up into the sky, you do not see Fantas, but you do see something else. You
Okay.
see a dragon high above, flying through the in and out and through the clouds as if it's flying to Melanador. And this dragon is red. And with your roll, you can see, actually, you can see the odd thing about this dragon is it's not just red. You're not seeing its scales. You are seeing its muscles, its tendons, and its joints. Like everything inside the scales. You seem to be seeing it. The dragon looks like some unholy, turned inside out dragon. And,
Okay.
and meanwhile,
Yora, does your dog do that fetching thing?
excuse me.
I don't really know. Ingo, fetch.
What's it gonna fetch?
The thing that Caius wants it fetched.
Well-
I throw the fastest thing I can find, which is probably my longsword.
No! I'm sorry.
Not at the dog. Just throw it
Okay.
to the snow.
First off, the dragon does not seem to notice you all far below.
Okay.
And as far as Fantas, I would say roll. Jen, would you roll a 1d20?
How many? Oh, you said one.
One.
Let's do a
yes.
big chunky boy, huh? That is a 14.
Fantas runs after the longsword, sniffs at it, and then looks.
Hold on.
Wait, yeah.
Fantas is an
Fantas
eagle.
is the eagle.
I mean, not Fantas. Sorry. Ingo runs after the sword, reaches it, sniffs at it, turns, and sits next to it, and just kind of stares back at Caius with its tongue. Type of thing.
Get it. Get the sword. Could be. You bite it.
And
Come
Ingo
on.
kind of stands up and jumps a little bit, dances around, and then sits
Come on,
down
you
again.
Bear, have you been able to find Fantas yet?
No, I don't see him anywhere. Gavin, you know those hills or mountains? Like after a storm like that, anybody, like, what's the danger of us making noise and you know, is it dangerous? Can I just scream to try and find
Heavens, no.
my companion?
Do not scream. Please don't scream. Did you not see what just flew over our heads?
I would love to be able to scream that loud, but there's no way
But there
My scream
could be
could reach
more
that.
about. There could be shadow dragons about. There could be... Heavens knows what that dragon was. But there could be others like it or other types of dragons about.
I can't lose Fantas.
Guys, would you keep it down? I'm trying to teach the dog a trick.
The dog comes running up to you, Caius, and jumps up with its front paws to put on you. And you can
Ah!
save versus Constitution.
Okay. I'm just basically completely oblivious to the whole seriousness of what's happening over there. There's a dragon. Pembear is completely like terrified for the safety of his pet, and I'm just like playing with this dog in the snow. And I'm pretty sure I just heard it talk to me while we're celebrating. So I'm just like, what? This is the greatest day ever. And now it's burning me. So.
Maybe. Burning it.
That's burning me.
Just call
Oof.
out your total because it's not showing for me.
Didn't show up?
Not for me.
7.
Yeah, roll a 1d6, please.
Alright.
Y'all are gonna end up getting killed by a puppy. You take 4
No,
points of fire damage.
Oh no, Caius, I'm so sorry. We're gonna have to train him to, I don't know, be just warm and cuddly, not so excited and fiery.
Ow! Anyways, yeah. I'm done messing around.
So Ingo rolls onto his, kind of plops down on his side and starts.
We're making snow angels next to each other.
That's not. I'm trying to describe how a puppy would play around on the ground and kind of twist and turn on his back, but you're not making this easy. So, anyways, Gavin says to Pembear,
Yes.
we don't know what kind of dragons are about. We need to be stealthy right now. Do you understand what it means to be stealthy? Your pet, as much as you may love him or her,
He's more
I'm
than a
not one to
pet.
judge. You,
He's the reason I'm still alive.
I understand that. But if he is that resourceful, you must trust in him to find you. He will find
Okay.
his way to you.
I'm just gonna not say anything for quite a while.
Okay?
Yep.
And meanwhile, Gavin turns away, and as he turns away, Biffy didn't get eaten by dragons. And he says, "Come on."
You're asking for, like, having some fire in your back there, buddy. Okay, I'm just gonna follow and not really paying attention
Pembear-
to anything.
Pembear, we'll find him. We'll find him.
I hope so.
By the way, Caius, do you retrieve your sword?
Yeah, I use my lay on hands to fix one hand, fixing the other, both of them, and laying my hands on each other, and then I'll go grab my sword.
Healing high five.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like huh?
So, I'm going to move you people because you're slow. I'm trying to speed through this map.
I'm
Well, then move us. Or
You were
let us.
talking about layers and what we can see. I'm not speeding through a map with hidden stuff.
We're role playing and playing with a puppy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing.
There's no rush.
And
Okay,
so,
Yora, you've got me convinced this is actually fun. Pets.
We should get 10 of them.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe more.
and so you continue searching for hours. Gavin seems, even though he said that it would only take about an hour, he keeps going back and forth, and it's taken more than 1 hour at this point, for at least 2 or 3 hours. And I need everybody to give me a perception roll. Well, survival roll.
Oof. Not one.
Good job.
Everyone has advantages.
Don't mind if I do. Huh, that's better.
Hey, I'm
18.
finally seeing stuff.
Oh my god. No way.
Whoa. 2 nat ones?
2 nat 1s.
No.
That is very in character for Chaos. Just
Yeah, I mean, going north.
Okay, let's see. We have Pen Bear has the high roll. Boy, you are a
Azrael, did you want to use one of your advantages?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Even better.
Oh boy. Okay, so
I wanted to get a nat 1 so I can make Caius feel better, but couldn't do it.
Pen Bear, you
I couldn't even force myself that low.
you see several sets of footprints in the snow, about the size of Gavin's footprints. Some a little smaller, some slightly larger, but you see footprints in the snow leading to the north.
Okay. I assume they are fresh prints since the storm was just yesterday,
Yes.
or is that okay?
Rebelle.
I know. As soon as I said it, I'm just like, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. Is there a lot of them, or like just 2 or 3?
With your roll, you can tell that there's more than 3 sets of tracks. Not a lot more, but there are 3 sets of tracks.
Okay. Okay. Without saying a word, I'm just gonna tap Gavin on the shoulder and just point at the footprints. And my face clearly shows how unhappy I am with the way that he's guiding us right now.
Okay. There goes Caius.
Well, at least he's going north this time.
Gavin looks at. Sheesh, you are moving fast for me. Okay. As you follow the footprints, several forms.
Yeah, I'm following Gavin. Like,
Okay.
I'm pointing to Gavin. Like, I'm basically with my face telling him, like, just do your job. And, like, point
He
the way.
says, "These are tracks of my people. They must have sent scouts. They must know that Melanador was attacked. Follow me." And as he leads you all forward, as he steps up here, 4 forms rise out of the snow. They were hidden beneath the snow. They carry bows, crossbows, I mean, and they aim them at your group, and one of them steps forward and says, "Halt! Who are you? You look to be a dwarf."
Yeah, he's a dwarf. Don't you have eyes? And that's gonna be vicious mockery.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Lord. Okay, it was this guy talking, so he's got a save to make, right?
A wisdom save.
Okay. He failed.
Ah. Can I say it doesn't do any damage, but he gets the disadvantage in case he tries to shoot us?
Okay. His only if you come up with a really good insult for him.
Your eyes are not working like your ears. Yes, duh, he's a dwarf.
Ooh, my mouse is messing up. It's pulling a Greg. Let me switch mice here.
Oh, mine's working. That's probably why.
Just move the mouse, Karma.
Give me 1 second.
I don't know what I did, but it's good.
Okay, more than a second.
So what did you insult him with? Your what? Your eyes?
I'm saying that he's just a blind old man who can't see. Who can't see that there's obviously a dwarf in front of him.
Oh, you did this to Gavin?
No, to
No,
one of
to
the four dwarves.
To the one that told us to halt or whatever. Because they're all pointing crossbows at us.
But they are dwarves as well, right?
Yes,
They're
they
pointing
are.
crossbows. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Now I get the insult.
Hey, I'm back. Okay. See? I keep a spare mouse, Greg. Amazing how that works.
Just keep batteries.
So, the dwarf looks at Yora and says, "Well, that was uncalled for. What I ever do to you?"
You're pointing crossbows at us.
I'm a dwarf. We point crossbows at people all the time.
And I'm me, so I insult people all the time to give them disadvantage on attack rolls against us.
I like you, lass. Gavin! Long time no see, my friend.
I was just about to take an attack of opportunity before he said Gavin.
You're not in combat yet.
Well, he moved away.
Oh, my goodness. I forgot this guy's name. Gavin looks at him and says, "Ho! Can it really be you, whatever your name is?"
Bob.
We're going to call you Brightblade.
No, whatever your name is canon. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever your... Okay.
What's your name?
Hey, guy.
Sport.
Hey, champ.
Hey,
Yep.
buddy.
Yep, that is
He
his
messes
name.
up sport and calls him spork instead.
Gavin is like, "Last time I saw you, you were a wee little man." And whatever your name is responds by saying, "Yeah, I've grown beefy, haven't I? Chicks dig the belly fat, if you know what I mean." But and the female dwarf north of him comes forward and says, "Would you two stop, please?" And she turns to Gavin and says, "We heard what happened to Melanador. Tell me, are the two that you guard safe?" And Gavin nods. "Aye, they're safe. But the king has been badly injured, and Melanador has fallen. We seek refuge for the elven people." And
Before he says anything else, I'm going to cut them off and say, you've already heard about what happened in Melanador? News travels fast. How did you hear about that?
oh, yes, we always have scouts about. And when the blizzard set in, it was mostly, at first, over Melanador, and it hung there for a full half a day. And so our scouts saw the storm, and as they edged closer in the night, they could hear the screams. And we did indeed fall several shadow dragons, or several dragons, and strange creatures they were, not like any dragons that we have seen before, but they brought word back, along with the head of one of the dragons. And so our king sent out more scouts to see if the elven people were still alive. And all reports told us that they were not. So we are surprised to see and heartened to see that someone has come out of that nightmare. But enough about what could have been. Where are the elven people now? And would any of you like to answer her?
They're in a spot mostly safe but needing refuge.
Our secret entrance to the Dwarven Kingdom is located north of here, northwest of here, between the two white trees.
Wow, you're a really bad secret keeper.
There is a dwarf with your group. Come on now. And they know the dwarf.
This dwarf didn't know the secret, just saying.
When they say that the door is north of us, I'm just gonna go like right behind Caius just to make sure he doesn't.
Oh. It took me a second to get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I turn around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move
right
5
into
feet.
Tender.
Yeah.
All right, let's go north then. Oh, hey, big man.
And
Did you hear what they were saying about Shadow Dragon? How do we know they're bad? Why is everybody trying to kill these things? Just because they have shadows, it doesn't mean they're bad.
I think it was more because they were attacking us. I mean, granted, they were attacking the king, and we put our noses in it. Really, we don't know the full size of either story, but they did attack us also.
Right.
And they didn't like hot chocolate.
and that's a good reason.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
good reason. Yeah, that sold me right there.
So they will lead you to the entrance to the Dwarven Kingdom and say, bring the elven people through this entrance. Stay hidden amongst the trees so that the dragons do not see you. and we will be waiting here for you. And if the dragons chase you into the cave, then, well, I suppose we could collapse this cave after we all enter so that the dragons cannot follow. And
Yeah, it truly takes an evil person not to enjoy hot chocolate.
hot chocolate.
I bet the puppy wouldn't even like him.
I mean, there were marshmallows in it too.
And so, man, hold up.
I almost wish it was
Tonight's
100 degrees outside.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by Swiss Miss. Hot chocolate with marshmallows.
I don't think we should say that. It's not. Disclaimer.
The price is wrong.
And so,
Okay.
Gavin comes back to you all and he says, "We know where to go now. Let's go get the elven people so that they can be safe, and perhaps we can figure out what we can do next to defeat these dragons." Are you agreed?
Do we all have to go? Can you go?
You know, that's a good question. No, I don't suppose.
I will roll a persuasion. That's a 24.
Wow.
Wow.
I cannot roll less than an 18 for persuasion.
You already convinced
She
Caius.
was wanting to roll that persuasion. Well, I suppose you could stay. I mean, of course, if a dragon attacks me and kills me, the elven people won't know the way here.
Well, then you should really stick to those trees.
It's a good thing your beard is so white.
I'm gonna go with you. I want to stay outside as much as I can to try and find Fentis. So,
Okay.
yep.
And Azrael?
I'll go with Pinbear and Gavin.
Okay. Caius?
Caius looks down at the dog. Are you going?
Ingo?
Yeah.
Ingo?
I guess we're going. It was just a question. I mean, I can hold the puppy and not be so cold, but I just hate the cold. I don't want to go. Okay.
I'm doing this purely for selfish reason. I'm just trying to stay out.
No, I know. And I'll help you find Fantis. I'll help you find Fantis.
Yeah.
He's a good birdo.
So are you holding Ingo?
Yes.
Okay. Ingo looks over at Caius and barks, makes a noise at him. And Caius, you hear it as, "I think we should go." Thank you for asking. No one ever asks me stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that just happened. Okay, let's. Yeah, we should go, Yora. We should go. I thought it happened yesterday, but I was just tired. But yeah, no, that happened. Let's go.
Really? It's talking to you?
I don't know. Yes. Take another look back at the dog just quickly, and then I'm terrified of the dog right now.
So we are
I
going to
was-
theater of the mind this.
I was very into following it around, and then it started talking to me. So I'm hiding
And
behind Pen Bear.
while,
Okay, well, okay.
while we are doing this, I'm going to need Matthew to roll perception 3 times and add them together, and then give me an average. Real math.
How many advantages do you have?
It's 11:30 here. Don't ask me to do math right now.
Penbear has 2 advantages.
You said
Just roll it
perception,
on-
right?
Hmm?
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
2.
Nice.
So 37, 51 divided by 3, that's 70.
17.
And you look up and you see, and we are no longer on this map, by the way, we're on the previous map, but I'm theater of the minding it. You see Fantus flying towards you, and
Awesome.
it is strange. He is strangely quiet because, you know, there's dragons about, and he's a smart bird. He's not going to go "Quah!" or anything to get your attention.
What would he do usually?
No,
I don't know,
That
you tell
hurt my
me.
ear.
If he was a dumb bird, what would he do?
Run into a tree, fly into a window, and finally he sets down, and you can drag his token down next to you. I believe you can, right?
Yep.
Okay, and so you all. Well, firstly, does Penbear get on his back and take to the air? What's he do? He hugs
First-
him and smooches with him and says, "I miss you, little Fantus."
Well, that's a little bit much.
That's a
but
little
okay.
awkward. Giant.
I was gonna go towards him, make sure that he's not injured or anything. Talk to him, see if he's okay, basically.
And Fantus was like, "Quah! Ah, quah!" whatever noise a eagle makes. And Caius, you hear it as
I can't make it the actual
I
size
chipped
that he is, but
I chipped a talon.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Out of character, you have comprehend animals speech or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speak with animals.
It's actually a new thing that the shadow forces have
nice.
gifted me with.
Awesome. And so
Okay, this
Yeah.
thing is the puppy only it understands infernal, but it does not speak anything. Just saying. It's not an animal technically.
Well, animals don't speak languages, but they have communication still. If it can bark or whatever, then I can.
Right,
Like,
but it's
Yeah,
not
but he's-
technically.
the lava dog's not
animal.
an animal. It's
It's
a
not a beast.
monstrosity, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's all forget about the last half hour.
Yeah. But you do
Um,
hear what Fantus says,
Yeah.
and he basically tried to tell Penbear that he chipped a talon on as he was combating some sort of flying black creature covered in black mist, black clouds.
Well, when Caius says something, I'm just gonna say like, what was that? Like,
well, does your bird have a sore foot?
I'm I'm
Because
gonna
if
check.
it does, I'm
and
gonna
see.
freak out. Really,
I'm gonna check, and I assume that I see the injury on his claw.
It's barely a chip. I mean,
Okay.
it's barely in the nail part of the talon.
Okay.
So, But Caius,
So
he did
yeah,
have a remarkably deep voice.
That's
Deeper,
why I wanted
perhaps, than Azrael's.
Well, I wanted to hear it. It's actually the only reason I took the skill.
Oh, to make me talk like an animal? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I
was
shook
sore
my
throat.
talon.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll turn to Caius and just like and I'll point to the talon in the back of the its foot, or yeah.
Oh, that is creepy. That is creepy.
How did you know
Okay.
that? And
He told me.
wait, what?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
talk to animals,
I guess so.
or just okay?
I don't know. Can you hear me, Mr. Bird? Fantus, right? Fantus?
Fantus,
You, What
yes.
you call it?
Yeah.
Yes, a Fantus. Hello, Fantus.
Take it away, Dave.
What do I need to say? I'm sorry.
So can
Ask him again.
I don't know. It's not
Yes, I
working.
can understand you.
Oh my God! Yeah, it is. It's working. Okay. I'm gonna need some time with that.
that's amazing. I mean, I can with a spell, but you can just do that naturally now.
I guess so. That's. Can I turn it on and off? I don't think I can. I can do that. I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm. Can you slap me?
Everybody gets in line.
I'm just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and just like, no, that's okay. I can do that too. I just have an extra step to be able to do that.
What?
That's you're almost turning like a druid or something right now.
Oh, thank. Oof. I was getting really nervous there. I didn't even know what was happening. So I'm a druid now.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you are, but that's something that I can do.
I just. It's better than not knowing. I mean, now I guess I've always liked plants a little bit. They're cool.
So, as this conversation goes on and on and on and on,
Well, while we're walking there, and
Yeah.
just healing word on Fantus to make sure that he's okay, and
So
just
do all druids hear the voices? And that's a thing you get, right?
not really. I mean, like to speak to animals, we usually have to cast a spell. Arcane can still communicate a little bit without the spell, but not to the extent that you're able to do now.
So I'm just
That's incredible. Very interesting.
a different kind of druid, I guess. I
Maybe.
got moss. Moss is still in the shadow. It's it's not doing so well in the cold, actually. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, excuse me. I need to go and think.
Okay. Well, I'll, I guess we would probably be close to the cave. I assume.
yes.
Okay.
And you get together with the king and his guards, and you all together, you put your heads together and you arrange for a gradual evacuation, like 10 civilians at a time, and you start leading them in groups, small groups, back to the entrance to Isaac is Courageous, and you all lead them to safety. without incident. And then you enter Isaacus Courageous.
And we burned the town down because they were very bad at keeping secrets. Just kidding.
I'm going to put where is my
That seems like a good spot to take a quick break.
Yeah,
It's
that's what we're
halfway
gonna
through.
That is what we
That's
are
a good
going
idea.
to do. But I'm gonna drop a
Holy
party
jumping!
token there. You like my
That
map?
is a crazy map, Pete.
That's awesome. And yeah, by the way, we kind of forgot. There was players compliment the DM that was redeemed
You
at the
did a
very start.
fantastic job on this map.
Yeah, and that's a great time for that because yeah, that map is amazing.
Oh wow! Thanks, Lance. Cool.
That is awesome. I mean,
Thank
very
you.
poorly kept secret for that town, for that city, but
Very
That's
poorly
amazing.
kept secret. I didn't tell anybody about this map.
no, not the map, but the dwarf basically told
Oh,
us.
the entrance.
Oh yeah, I don't know you guys, but you keep going north and you'll find it. No, that looks great.
And so we are going to go to a quick break at this point, and see if I can find my brain, because I am having a hard time tonight and I don't know why. And I apologize for my slow, boring conversation, narration, all of that.
Fine.
Woe is me.
Stop being so hard on yourself.
Are we on break already?
We are about to go on break. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will be back in 15 to 20 minutes. Some of us may have children to put to bed, some may not. And
No, it's almost 10 o'clock. They're in bed.
oh, okay. So we will be back in about 15 minutes. And stay tuned in, because hopefully we are going to see some fantastic stuff soon as I slap my face a few times. But we'll be right back.
do it. Don't.
Hello, everybody. We're back. I was kind of hoping Jen would keep talking. Don't
Tell
do
my
it.
cat not to bite my feet.
Get her, cat. Get her. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are in the city of Izacus Courageous.
Are we unmuted?
Yes, we are unmuted. And yes, that picked up your comment too. So you are unmuted as well. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Just real quick.
Hey, I just realized that wasn't even on the thing.
Oh, well, almost everybody tuned in. I would like to thank Real Lancelot for making my players say something nice to me. I didn't think anybody would actually buy that one.
It's the second time, actually.
Yeah. Well, I bought the first one for Rio. So that was cool. Anyways, we have another option as well, which is the party restores one spell slot for 10,000 points. And actually, there is one other. Party heal 10 HP. Each player, party member, would get 10 HP, and that's 5,000. And that is not temporary points, it's just a heal. Okay, so those are the options that have been added to the channel points, the Pantheon points. And so, I want to encourage everybody watching to please subscribe. It supports the channel, enables me to get my meds. Anyways. Now I'm going to lose it. And so our party enters through the tunnel, the secret tunnel, and they are on the outskirts of Izacus Courageous, which let's just call it Izacus from now on, because it's easier. And I have replaced the party tokens with the character tokens with a party token. Gavin tells you that, good Lord, look how Izacus has grown since I've been gone.
It's certainly large. It's quite impressive.
And now the city is within a ginormous cavern. You're in another cavern. But this one is like incredibly huge. And they are underground. Izacus Courageous is a subterranean city. It is the capital of the Dwarven Kingdom. The dwarves all live underground in the Underland. And so, as you approach the city, you come to a bridge. It has a small inlet flowing underneath it of the undersea. To the north is the undersea. Now, this is a sea that can be used to travel from location to location in the Underland, and if you travel by boat.
How is the area lit if it's all subterranean? Is there any kind of glows, or is it just
overhead? Of course, it's covered with stone and stuff way above, hundreds of feet above. There's a phosphorus mold on the ceiling that provides very dim light for the city. Never gets dark here completely in the city. Further along in the Underland, it does, but right here, it doesn't. And also, within the city, there are torches, there are various lanterns. Dwarves all have dark vision, so they can see pretty clearly beneath here. They have a special relationship with stone, all forms of stone. So the dwarves, they don't worship stone. It's more like they're kindred with it. You know, it's like a part of them almost. I mean, they're not made of stone, but it's kind of like a Triton would be close to water and love the water so much, you know. It's like they are drawn to stone. And they are masters at shaping stone, from carving, mining, all of that. They are the ones that discovered Len crystals. Len crystal is what provide lanterns unlimited light, unlimited energy to light, so you don't need flame. Or they are used to power lighting within some buildings, especially the richer ones, or a lighthouse, for instance. Its light would be generated by a Len stone, which is a magical stone. And the Dwarven Kingdom is actually very huge. Izaakis Courageous is the capital city, but in the Underland there are multiple cities and settlements. And as Gavin gazes upon his city, the gates to his city, you can see he stopped short, and a tear, obviously this isn't to scale, a tear is running down his cheek, and you react to this sight of him clearly emotional. In what way? Hello.
Ask him what's wrong.
Is everybody on mute?
No.
Ask him what's wrong.
What's up, buddy?
I have not been home in nearly 50 years. I didn't realize how much I missed my home. Izaakis Courageous. I've got a brother here. I haven't seen him since he last visited me in Milanador 20 years ago.
Wow, that's actually quite a long time. I've only been away from home for just over a year now that I've been with Yora, and I can already feel, I'll go back soon. Someday soon. I miss it. I can't imagine 50 years.
And by the way, now that the elven people have been rescued, you have Farah, Tainer, and Lazarus are with you, in addition to Gavin. So, you just don't see their tokens because it's a party token. So, and yes, I first went to Milanador because of my promise to raise the children of two of the mages. The child, and when he was grown, he and his wife, after having Farah and Tainer, he and his wife were killed in a rock slide, an avalanche. No, a rock slide. Is a stone. An avalanche is just snow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that is when I decided to raise Farah and Tainer. And I will not let them out of my sight no matter what. Where they go, I go. Now Farah overhears him, and though she's affectionate toward him, both her and Tanner are, Farah is a very independent soul. She wants to go out, she wants to find adventure, kind of like Tika, except a lot less experienced. And so Farah is about 18 years old and is Elven. Tanner is around 15 years old. The princess was 13 years old. Those are the youngins. So, well, very well. Let's go. I should see this hard-headed brother of mine. He'll be surprised to see my face, I suppose. And so you are all led. He leads you all into the city. And I am on the wrong window here. There we go. And shrink that down a little. He leads you along to this building here, the Underland Inn. The irony that his inn was called the Overland Inn and his brother's is called the Underland Inn. They're not a very creative pair as far as naming businesses.
Or it's a beautiful symmetry representing where he comes from.
There you go. That works too. And so...
Tell me I'm not a lyricist.
Okay, so as you enter the Underland Inn, I do not see... Yeah, they are there. Okay. As you enter the Underland Inn, this is what you see. This is another map I was working on today. 4 maps total today. Anyways, the inn is not as crowded as the Overland Inn was that night, but then the king was going to be there. So you do see several of the elven survivors, a few soldiers. You see dwarves scattered throughout the room. And behind the bar is what seems to be a younger version of Gavin, but with black hair. In fact, it's the same hairstyle and everything, just all black hair. And the man behind the bar looks up and says, "Well, twist my toes and call me Sally. Is that my brother I see over there?" And Gavin rolls his eyes, ever lacking sense of humor, and says,
"Yeah, I think he's here. He's talking to you, I think. Is that him?"
"Aye, it's me, brother. Raven. How have you been?" And he walks over to the bar. You are welcome to choose a place to sit or stick around with Gavin.
I knew it. They look the same. It's crazy.
Gavin is about 35 years older than Raven by appearance. Raven wears a black tunic and he is very muscular for a dwarf. Very muscular. There is no maul hanging over behind the bar or anything like that. Instead, he carries 2 long swords on his belt. He's not one that... He looks pretty tough. But he's also constantly grinning, as opposed to Gavin, who always seems to have that frown and be in a grumpy mood. Farah and Tanner both choose to approach the bar and have a seat. "Well, I'll be. Look at you two. You've grown from little... Well, actually, you're not the ones that I remember." What happened to the ones you raised? And Gavin is like, well, these are the ones I raised. Their parents died, and so I took it over, blah, blah, blah. So, what would y'all like to do?
I'd like to be on the map, please.
Penbear, isn't it kind of rude that like Azrael and Caius kind of go off with people that they don't really know and just leave us here outside by ourselves?
Yeah, I mean, I was planning on staying out a little bit to make sure Prentice was okay in that, but
Yep. Nope. Side quest.
side quest.
Penbear and
go-
you're looking
You
for
want to go and
Francis.
explore the cave?
Absolutely.
You're both outside?
Splitting the party is always great.
You didn't put us on the map inside the.
Yeah, we're not
I'm
on
getting
the
you
tavern
now.
map.
No, we are on the
No.
mission.
Yeah, we're too late.
So, Azrael, what's going on?
You're on the map now.
Cool. Take us off.
Don't do this to me. I don't have a side quest
No.
prepared. So,
You think they're gonna be here soon, or should we?
I personally think they left us and sent us into the great unknown. So I kind of feel that they're being rude. But, hey.
Are you saying I shouldn't get them hot chocolate?
I don't think the dwarves sell hot chocolate.
What? It's so
You're
good.
busting the door. I heard hot chocolate.
You can't hear from outside, it's soundproofed.
The puppy heard it, and he told Penbear, and Penbear told me.
I'm just gonna look at Caius and Azrael, just like, yeah, sure. That's totally what happened. Yep. Mm-hmm.
A meta pigeon.
Yeah.
Druid never tells a lie, so the story's corroborated. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'll go up to the bar and stand there and listen to the conversation they're having, hoping to order hot chocolate for everybody.
okay. Well, who's this? Gavin, I saw this turtle come in with you. Don't tell me you're traveling with that lot over there, are you? And Gavin says, brother, don't be rude. That lot saved the refugees of Melanador. Well, them and myself, of course.
Would I hear that from where I am, from the table?
Oh, yeah, they're not quiet talkers. And
Okay.
Raven stretches out his hand to shake to Caius and says, I am Raven Colgar. What is your name, my friend?
Hot chocolate. I mean, Caius. Yeah, it's Caius. Just Caius.
You have a strange aura about you, my friend. Almost like a dark mist around you.
Sorry. We have been traveling for a while. I suppose we could use a room if there's enough room here for the gang. We did do that stuff that he was saying, so maybe there's a place for us and some hot chocolate.
Well, if you travel with my brother, I can do no less than give you the best rooms I have available.
Yes. No. Yes, of course.
It's real. You bring up a really good point. Penbear, are you comfortable in here, like height-wise? How tall is this dwarf bar?
I assume I would be walking like a little bit, head on the side.
No, it's a tall ceiling.
Why would it
It's
be
like
a tall
it's like an
city?
adult going
Why
into
would,
a kid house.
Why would dwarves in a secret city that they don't tell anybody about build a bar built for anyone but dwarves? Except
Okay,
for the
the city
one
itself.
loudmouth.
The city itself is not a secret. That entrance is the secret, or was the secret.
Not anymore.
Well, it was an emergency. They had to save the elves. But as far as the front entrance to the city, many peoples can travel to Isaacus Courageous, and indeed they do. So, the ceilings here are about 14 feet tall, actually, in this main dining area. It's okay. Raven and Gavin are competitive with each other. Gavin inherited the building that became the Overland Inn, so he didn't get to build his building to his exact specifications. It was the grandparents. It belonged to the grandparents of Tara and Fainer, whereas Raven wanted to outdo him. So when he built his inn, he made it hugely outlandish, not conservative at all. He's a womanizer. He's a stud McMuffin type of guy amongst the elves, single elven women, or dwarven women, I mean. So, he offers his hand to Caius, and Pembear, you don't have any issues bumping your head on the ceiling. You don't have to bend over as you walk or anything like that.
As far as the hot chocolate situation goes,
you know what? Roll a d20, no modifiers, and if it's a 10 or higher, they have hot chocolate.
oh come on.
Advantage. Do it.
Well,
The hot
Wow.
chocolate.
Caius
gods
has
spoken.
no luck. He's like,
It's
hot
like
chocolate.
a thing that tastes really good. What's it called again? It's hot. It's got it's rich with flavor. I don't know.
my friend, we have many things that are rich with flavor in the Underland Inn. You'll have
With
to be more
marshmallows?
specific. Wait, marshmallows? Roll it again.
So I'm gonna. Wow.
Schmarshmallows.
I'm gonna tell Gavin. So, hot chocolate is something that you have, but he doesn't. I thought any tavern would have that.
Gavin laughs and he says to Raven, "They're talking of hot cocoa."
Hot
Or that's
chocolate
what
with
you call it.
marshmallow?
Well, see, they're competitive, so Raven has a different name for it, so he can say it's original.
It's like hot chocolate with marshmallows, something. I don't
You
know.
mean hot cocoa, of course. Yes, we've got hot cocoa, and we've got marshmallows to go in it too. But our marshmallows are not quite as big as Gavin's. I mean, he bought some oversized.
What other drinks do you have marshmallows in? Is what I'm curious about. I feel like marshmallows would have automatically given away. Can I get
I
a drink
did say
from you?
marshmallow.
He said smushmallow. But I knew what he meant. We put marshmallows on desserts as well, not just drinks. And we had this fantastic cracker that you can put hard chocolate on, and then we roast the marshmallows and put them on that and put another cracker on top of that. And I call that more tasteful than anything Gavin has. And it is more tasteful.
How big are they?
Oh,
think I want
they're
5.
out. Okay. And so he goes to work. He goes to the kitchen and he hollers in the kitchen at somebody, and which I don't have anybody in the kitchen, but the kitchen door is right here, just so you know. That's where he yells in. Hey, we
Maybe
need some
6. 6.
6.
6.
Are you counting
Oh.
Farah, Tainer, and Gavin?
Do you want one, Gavin? It sounds very good. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it's not nearly as good as my hot cocoa and s'mores. But Raven probably stole my recipe anyway, so. And so that's 6,
so
7,
one
8,
for
9,
the bird and one for the dog.
10, 11. Wait,
And just another one just in case.
Yora, do you want your dog to eat chocolate?
It's hot.
No, I don't think you should have table scraps.
Hot drink, hot dog. There's a small.
Does my dog survive on hot cocoa?
Actually, you should teach him to hold the hot cocoa on his head. This way it'll stay warm.
Ooh!
Oh
I can
my
set
god.
marshmallows on his nose.
You got a
Whatever you
portable
like
oven.
him to eat, you can train him to eat or drink.
Oh,
Portable oven. Just bring a cast iron pan.
So, does he want hot
no.
chocolate? No?
No.
Okay. That would have been cool. I like that idea. Anyways, so we're
I don't know. Do monstrosities have the same anatomy as a beast and therefore would be sick? What do I know?
You
You know
don't know
s'mores are
anything
delicious.
about the dog. You can only learn through trial and error.
Well, I'm not gonna trial and error killing my dog with chocolate, so no.
Okay. So 11.
But I'll take his.
Okay. So 12. So Raven comes out with a tray balanced in each hand and starts offering tankards of hot chocolate and s'more to each person in your group and the NPCs in your group. He looks at Lazarus and looks at his empty trays after he handed everything out and says, "You don't get any, apparently." And he looks down at Rome and Tika and says, "Sorry, you'll have to get your own. Would you like me to get you some?" And of course, Rome is all over that. So Rome is going to go sit at the bar next to this elven soldier. Tika is going to sit down with these elven soldiers. And apparently, Philip should not be here. And then he goes back behind the bar. Lazarus is left standing there all alone, looking around, lonely, uninvited. And so, everybody gets...
Lazarus, come stay a while, sit with us.
Oh, I thought you would never ask. I feel so welcome.
Peter, I have a real question, a legitimate question. It's a subterranean city, right?
Yeah. If
What's
this
the-
is a
what's the
brain
air quality
twister,
like?
I'm not in the
No,
condition.
it's not a brain twister. Something, just something for description. What's the air quality like underground?
Completely toxic. No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm serious.
Actually, I didn't put that much thought into it, but let's say there's circulation. There's dormant lava tubes that went up through the rock. There are recesses in the rocks of the mountains above, and there is circulation. And
Yeah, there's moving water and stuff, and
yeah, so
It's normally underground. Like if you go to a mine, in real life, underground the air is very purified compared to being outside.
okay, this is very clean smelling, clean. Actually, you're right. Okay, you can see stalactites are above, right? No, that's the bottom.
yeah,
No, stalactite is at the top.
Okay.
yeah.
You can see multicolored stalactites from various forms of rock hanging from the. Well, actually, no, you can't. You're not outside. God. Anyways, the air quality is very good.
When we were outside, we saw the stalactites.
Yeah, when you were outside, you could the air smelled very clean. The sound tends to carry underground, and so your voices would have carried and echoed off the ceiling and the stones and all of that. There were various types of stone. Some of it formed from calcium deposits that made stalactites connect with stalagmites all the way down, So there's columns of rock that have built over time. There is the undersea, which has constant flow, and no one seems to know where the water originates at this point, but it's flowing pretty strong. And there are waves. There's not a beach or anything like that, but it's big enough to travel by ship on. And the air quality is very good. And so Lazarus comes and sits at the same table with Pember, Azrael, Yora, and Caius. And you can hear across from you, you can hear Tika laughing and carrying on with her jovial attitude with the elves, who are actually looking kind of down and depressed because, they just lost their homeland. And so you guys are sitting around a table enjoying your s'mores. It's more tasty than what Gavin makes, is what the dish is called, the dessert is called. And your hot chocolate with marshmallows, hot cocoa. And you can talk with one another. What are you guys talking about?
So, I wonder how Saldana and Trius, what happened to them? When are we gonna see them again? You think? I'm already missing them.
You were going to help. What's his name? The drunk gnome. Whatever his name is.
I don't know. I
Chrome the gnome.
feel like I missed them already.
Well, it has been like a couple days now, right? Like at least like the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It's been about most of the first day since the storm broke.
So, technically, right now, maybe I'll just check your message feed.
tick, 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 tick. That's yes, Greg. I will ping.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was asking. Is he supposed to be there?
Oh, he's got his face buried in a tankard. He's
Because I
getting.
thought he was the one that went with Saldana
Oh,
and Trius.
Yeah.
sweet bejeebus.
I was trying to keep it on the DL. That doesn't say Rome.
Oh, he's gone.
It was a ghost image of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is his
guess-
future seat, I guess. So,
I guess I'm if Lazarus is there, I'm just gonna be talking about the prophecy, try to get some insight as to where we could go. Don't necessarily need to roleplay that, but just, that's what I would do.
Lazarus encourages you all to review the prophecy together. I believe Yora copied it down, so everybody should be able to read it now from her book, if she shares her journal entry 700 and
No, not journal entry, journal. Like
journal.
the actual,
The actual
journal.
journal number.
Yeah.
Wow,
700.
that's a lot of pages, a lot of books.
She has a lot of thoughts in her head. She has lots of voices in her head that say lots of things, and everything needs to be documented.
Okay. So, Jen, do you have access to the document, the Tome of Everlasting Prophecy?
Do I?
Yeah, we
At
all
the
have
top of the journal?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so y'all can talk about what the prophecy says. You can talk about future plans. Each of you knows enough to point in a direction that this prophecy could lead you. So talking about it is how you'll figure it out. Of course,
Well,
you're
I
missing
mean-
2 members, but
Serpent's born of wings seek to destroy flesh and bone. Okay, that's these dragons that keep attacking us. 12 spring forward champions. I mean, that's what we keep getting told, that we're, what are they calling us? Descendants of the mages, whatever.
Yeah.
Queen has returned. She comes with evil intended. This is
Amelindis.
I'm referring. Amelindis.
Clearly, yes, because
Clearly.
the queen is
Bringing
So is
strength
it-
to the mother. Okay, so
the
she's.
female dragon, then I guess.
So, I mean, with the vision that we had, Yura, are you a queen of dragons still, or?
Prius backs away slowly, dramatically.
I know, because I mean, besides the ones that we've encountered here, no, I've never seen a dragon. Never seen a dragon, and then
Just promise me if there's any crowns or anything like that that you'll, that you won't do what you, well, I guess you didn't do. That was a vision, but
I will think about it first.
Okay.
Okay, fine, I
So-
promise.
please, thank you.
It says the world
I think-
burns with fire here.
Yeah, fire and stone is the domain of one. Technically, right now we're in fire and stone.
Wow.
So does that mean that Raven's won? Or we have to find one?
But wait, there's the Brotherhood is gone. All except one rises with revelation of what must be done.
I just
Right, it's
Guys.
Lazarus.
I point at Lazarus.
I had a feeling it's something like that. Okay. Okay.
Good job.
We're onto something here. And I got that one. You guys
Fire
caught
and
me getting it.
stone.
You caught my wavelengths, I think.
Great job, Caius. Have a marshmallow.
You're doing good.
This is good too. This is more better than what
More-
Raven makes
More better?
or Gavin makes.
I heard that.
And yes,
Fire
Azrael,
and
I
stone
do think
is
Fire and
amazing.
Stone would be. I mean, unless there's another place somewhere in the world, but we are within, the mountain, so I would assume that would be here. Although I don't think that would be in the city.
Well,
What does
what
it
are
have
the
to do
names
with
on the
the
list?
sun, though? The sun's not here.
Well, I think it's going through and listing off who the people are.
Fire, hope, the once. Nope, doesn't work.
Well,
No, like I think it's describing us.
us or
Maybe?
something
Or
that we
some
need
of the extra
to
ones?
get. Lazarus, you said that we had to basically go and get things or find things so that we can, I guess, wake up the good dragon, if I remember correctly.
Do you think these are talking about dragons?
I think it's something that
It
would
looks- Well, we
help
need it-
to maybe bring back the good dragons.
Yeah, the last line is clearly saying that there's a king coming to fight this Amaryllis, which I think is supposed to be a queen. Maybe we can just get them back together again and settle the dispute. I don't know.
You
Boom,
want to
chicka,
be
wow, wow.
you want to be at a table and mediate a
Maybe it's all a
between two dragons?
misunderstanding, is all I'm saying. Could just be maybe cooler heads could prevail.
Well, I mean, I know the part about the storms and the eagles and that would be where I'm from. There is a temple there, and not a place that I really want to go back to, but if necessary. I mean, I guess that whole thing fell into our lap, and I guess we're the descendants, so
I mean, I do like water, but I don't know.
there is a part about water here, Caius.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really live on the seabed very much, though. Don't know. I mean, I go down there. It's very nice. But
But
Any-
what?
I suppose we could always go for a swim when we get down back to the water again. Somewhere around here, or I don't even know. There's a lot of water. It's pretty vague.
That is a big dice.
So I use one of my advantages to see what I know about, to see if Great King means anything. I didn't delve real big into history, into the the true facts of the Dragon War, but I read stories about it. So does Great King or Great King's wife mean anything in anything that I may have read? And I got a 19.
Okay. What you seem to recall that your father actually told you a couple of tales about the Dragon War, and though he wasn't there to be a part of it, he had heard the tales as well. So he shared the story that there were once good dragons, that the chromatic dragons destroyed them all. Okay? But the leader of the good dragons was named Rogan. And he disappeared. He was not destroyed. Somehow they made him disappear. He didn't know how, but when he disappeared is when the good dragons became vulnerable. And they were wiped out by the chromatic dragons, by the bad dragons, and the queen. And so, as far as the great king's wife, you have no clue what that's alluding to.
But Rogan was the king of the good dragons.
Yes.
Well, the great king's wife could be the king here. Where'd his wife go? He was talking about that, wasn't he? Something about her disappearing.
DM?
Which? Oh, you mean
Melanador.
the king of Melanador?
Yeah, they lost her, or
Oh, she had passed away.
okay.
Yeah, years before.
Maybe there was 12 prophets, right? And there's only
Yes.
one left.
Correct.
So what about if we go to where the queen is resting? So where her tomb is. Maybe there's something to bring back the other 11 prophets back.
The Great King. But the Great King is a reference to the King of Dragons. Granted, I don't know a ton about Melanador hierarchy, but Great King seems pretty specific, and I don't know if anyone would consider this guy a Great King.
Well, the only reason I said that is because of the next stanza, where it says, "Surrounded by cold, the mountains defend." And this place is pretty freaking cold.
I'm sorry, hearing a turtle say that is like pretty freaking cold.
It's not too bad, but I can see why you find it cold here.
Certainly no tropical stream in the...
Well, until I had my own
lounge.
personal foot warmer, it was very cold.
Yeah, anyways, so I thought, hey, why not think about he's not that great, really. I mean, he's just a king, and now maybe he looks more battle-scarred now. Maybe he'll get more street cred or whatever. But, that's the wrong word
What
for
does
it
Saldana
nowadays.
tell us about the king? Is he like beloved of the people, or?
I don't know. I don't remember anything.
Peter?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Ask your question again, because I was in the middle of typing something.
What did Saldana tell us about like the king, or was she ever able to tell us anything about the king? Like, is he like a beloved of the people sort of thing, or like a feared thing?
Well, the king and his wife were much adored by the elven people. When his wife passed away, the elven people were saddened for the king because of their great love. And so, and he started appearing less in public. And that is why when he agreed...
Can we tell when this prophecy was written?
No, you cannot.
Hey,
Lazarus, when
Lazarus.
when did this prophecy appear in this book? Did it appear, or did it just come to you?
It appeared when your friend Penbear looked at the pages. Only he can see the prophecy.
But when was the prophecy placed in the book? Did the prophecy just like happen when he touched the book?
That's when it chose to reveal itself.
Okay, but
I knew
so no
only
one knew
that the
about this
book would
prophecy.
reveal itself to one of the chosen, the descendants of the mages.
Okay, well, what do you know about the book? Where did the book show up from? How long ago did the book show up?
The book was in Aranash, the Tower of Prophets, where we store all of our knowledge.
Okay.
And this was known to be the most important book of our library, and so when the other prophets began to die or disappear, I decided to carry it with me to keep it safe.
Okay, how long have you been carrying it?
Probably almost 10 years.
How long has this king been king?
This king became king. King Avenue became king when his father was killed in the Dragon War. But he was just a lad. He was merely, I believe, 7 years old at the time. And so...
So there's a prophecy that there is a prophecy in that book.
Oh, the book showed up. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to argue with a turtle here. Clearly, the turtle is very wise.
So then, timeline-wise, it's not
yourself.
outside the realm of possibility that the Great King could be referring to this king. Like timeline-wise, it doesn't have to be the right answer, but timeline-wise, like it could work.
Well, yeah,
Because
he
no
was
one knows
alive
how
at
old
the
this
time.
prophecy is. Lazarus doesn't know how old this prophecy actually is.
Correct. He doesn't even know how long it was in Aranash.
Right.
Actually, he's close to 200 years old, and when he became a prophet, he would have been told of the importance of the book, but not why it was important. They didn't know why it was important until the Dragon War and the Queen was locked away inside the heart of a volcano. So.
And that was how long ago
50
now exactly?
years ago was when
50 years.
the Queen was... Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so then this prophecy is technically 50 years old, or at least at minimum 50 years old.
At minimum.
So it could potentially be okay.
Mind being blown right now.
Well, even Azrael, even if we could go to the Queen's crypt, I'm sure it's back up top. I'm sure it's not down here in the dark, because that's not where his kingdom. I mean, like where he's like capital is. So we have to go back up top.
Maybe one of us has to hug the book.
Has to hug the book?
Well, it says champions are needed to seek and serve the gods born anew, found in the prophecy's embrace, even as Amaryllis does pursue. So,
I'm,
can I hug
it a hug.
the book?
Caius?
I'm just. Well, I have the book, so I'm just.
Hmm.
Just give it a little hug.
Yeah, just to entertain Caius, I'm just gonna. And then I'm sure nothing happens.
I mean, that's not an embrace. Come on. Like you haven't seen it in a while.
And then
Nothing.
yeah, I don't.
Give me
My
a-
best idea all night.
Give me an affection check, please.
A what? An affection check?
Affection.
Charisma check.
Yeah, I was
Give me
gonna
a
say
thesaurus roll.
yeah.
How loved does the book feel?
Natural 1.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Oh, awesome.
Thank heavens, because I really didn't want to have to role play a book.
It's just a strange word. I don't know.
Well, I think it just means that like we're in the arms of destiny per se. It's just dramatic flourish language.
I'm gonna go to the bar, speak to Gavin and the brother, Raven,
Yep.
whatever his name is. And I'm gonna read the passage to them about the fire and stone. See if it, like, did they ever hear about anything in the mountain that could be related to that, or so fire and stone is the domain of one. His wrath burns brighter than the blazing sun.
Okay, you don't have to move your token for that.
I'm gonna move it anyways because that's what I'm doing.
Okay. You can hold down Alt to set him down and
Yeah.
freely. So, Raven. Let me. Gavin knows absolutely nothing. Raven looks at you and, you're a big fella, aren't you? He rolled a
You're,
2, so he doesn't know anything either.
Very observant. Okay, so they don't know anything. Okay. Any other dwarves in the tavern that look, maybe not any noble or anything like that, but somebody that looks educated?
There are other dwarves.
Those dummies.
Do what?
Nothing.
There are other dwarves in the inn. Several at different tables and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And you could approach one of them and but the elf right next to you, he kind of nudges you with his elbow and he says, "Did I hear you say you came from an island of eagles?"
Who wants to know?
He is. I am Danatari. Oh, I hope I'm remembering that name right.
That's his name now.
Subject to recon for the proper spelling later.
No, that's fine. That's his name now. Doesn't matter.
Danatari. Oh, I know I'm really close to the name, so.
Well, you're close. That's his
I
name.
am Danatari. I am an elven scout, and I thank you and your friends for your help, but I couldn't help but overhear that you had mentioned an island of eagles and that you had come from it. Can you tell me about this island?
Well, it is an island to the west in whatever the name of that sea is that I can't remember. Sorry. And people say that it looks like an eagle, the way that it's formed.
There are stories in elven lore about a temple that the elven people once maintained long ago, so long ago, and that we were forced away and we lost touch, lost the location. The location of that temple was lost to time. If you are telling me that you know where the Island of Eagles is, because this temple was supposed to be protected by giant eagles.
I'm gonna roll insight on him because I don't trust that a scout is just like, telling me all that lore out of nowhere.
You sense sincerity about him. He's not trying to hide anything from you. He is very what is the word when you're, well, he's downtrodden, basically. He's not exactly excited and everything, although you have piqued his interest with the story of the island. The elven people have lost their homeland, so none of them are he's morose. That's the word I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Hey, Pen Bear, can you grab some more of those warm cocos? Better than Gavin's drinks?
I look at Raven and, ask for another round.
And he yells toward the kitchen and says, "Give me more of that." What was it? Hot cocoa and the s'mores better than what Gavin makes, or something like that. It's more tasteful than what Gavin makes.
It's more tasty. That's it. I'm just like, I don't know what's taking him so long over there. He's wasting time. We're trying to get to the bottom of this prophecy, and he's just over there just gabbing away with it. It's just, come on, like, maybe at least he can bring us back some hot, tasty chocolate drinks.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, I'm gossiping about you while you're
Awesome.
gone.
Okay, do I hear that?
No, I'm
is
just
it
talking to
loud
the
enough?
rest
No,
of the
you
table,
just-
just
okay,
being
okay.
like, at least he could get us some hot chocolate. Like, he's standing by the bar this whole time, and we're working on this prophecy.
Okay, well, okay. I'm just gonna stay there for a little bit and just look at everybody.
You're cast sending. Are you bringing hot chocolate back?
Yes, I am. I just ordered some. Just ordered another round. It's coming.
Perfect. See, Caius, he already he's got it. He's got it. He wouldn't let us down like that. You're muted.
So a dwarven woman comes out of the kitchen area and delivers rounds of hot cocoa and s'mores tasty than anything Gavin makes.
Just before she gets there, I'm like, okay, back to business. Let's get something done. What were we talking about again? Let's get back to work. Oh, drinks are here.
Prophecy. That's what we're talking.
Yeah, just a hot chocolate better than Gavin makes.
Yeah, no big deal. Just prophecy versus hot chocolate, Azrael.
And she is setting the drinks on the table with your little desserts.
Yeah, so I imagine Pen Bear's still got a bunch of time now at the bar talking. Well, we're.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
with
I didn't mean to
what
distract
happened.
from that.
Yeah, with what happened before, I just want to make sure there's nobody that looks suspicious too. So I'm just gonna stay at the bar and just look at everybody and make sure that everybody's just having a good time. Nobody is hiding anything or anything like that. So
Everybody. I mean, of course, everyone that has pointy ears in this place. The elves there. I mean, you see a variety of them. You see someone who appears to be a merchant sitting at the bar. You see soldiers of various types. You see some of the palace guard there. You see some normal elven infantry there. And you see various women and that sort of thing. And it's a mix of dwarves and elves in the inn right now, but everybody is looking pretty down, morose, but not a threat. You do notice that on the far end, the west end of the inn of this chamber, there is a stage with two lutes sitting, leaning against stools, and in between them, some sheet music sitting on another stool. But there doesn't seem anybody around that even is interested in playing the lute or singing the song.
We only had a bard,
Yeah.
and somebody that
awkward.
plays lute.
Yeah. Somebody
Maybe if
that
there's no
plays
music,
lute.
maybe you could go up there, Yora, and do that thing that you do where you stand up and just talk at us, and sometimes when you're angry and it gets funny. I don't know.
Oh, you mean just
Entertaining.
talk?
Yeah, it's good sometimes when you just talk about stuff.
That's true. I could read some.
Just stand
some
up
of my-
and talk about things, and it's good.
That's true. I could do that. I don't know if they would appreciate my sense of humor. The feel of the room is a little off. And my brain is focusing on this prophecy in front of us because I think I might have an idea about it. I think
I
it
was gonna
tells
say
us where
stay
to
away
find.
from short jokes.
Noted. Noted.
But yeah, back to the prophecy.
Noted.
I'm back at the table, by the way, and I just, I'm saying that I didn't get anything very much useful out of the dwarves, or the two brothers.
On the bright side, a dwarven woman did deliver your s'mores tasty than anything Gavin makes and hot cocoa with mini marshmallows to the table
Yeah.
where you sit.
I mean, it's good, but
Thanks, Benbear.
no problem.
While you were over there, Yora's been putting together a solution for this whole thing.
Okay.
Oh, so I don't think this is telling us where to find the champions. I think it's telling us where to find the good dragons. So in the stories that my dad read to me, there were good dragons.
Okay.
And Great King was what they called Rogan, the Great King of Dragons. I don't know who his queen is, so this whole Great King's wife line is throwing me for a loop. But I mean, if you have the good king, so if what's her name? Alamadonis.
Amalindis.
Elemental P.
I was gonna say Elemental Ding Dong. That's not it. Not it. Say it again, Peter. I'm sorry.
Amalindis.
Amalindis. So if Amalindis
It
has all
actually
of
means
her-
malice.
So if Malice has all of her minions coming back, then the Great King probably needs his helpers, right?
That would make sense.
So maybe this is where Amalindis. So maybe this is where we need to be looking for the one fiery good dragon?
Does that mean everything we do is predetermined and nothing that we choose means anything?
Don't be silly.
Okay.
His expression.
That might be a question for a cleric. Maybe even a monk. Maybe Saldana has the answer for that. Azrael seems like he might have a lot of knowledge on extra things like that.
I mean, he's right beside you, so
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
You-
when you're talking
you
to him, you can just talk to him, meaning me right here.
Well, Azrael, you could speak up whenever. You're more than welcome to.
So by this time, Azrael has had so much hot cocoa, his blood sugar is probably through the roof. But it's definitely cleared his throat, so we're not going to use the voice mod anymore. However, one thing though in the prophecy, and I've been kind of reading the thing over and over again, the part about the mountains defend, it's surrounded by cold. Since no one else is familiar with it, but the permafrost is surrounded by floating mountains.
Well, I was just about to ask you that the part where is it?
Doesn't sound like fruit grows there, though.
No, it's just it's a metaphor, like fruit from a tree, she will descend.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's also the hope shines down from the heavens above, bringing light, liberty, and the gift of love. They you said, doesn't your magic comes from high above or something?
So my magic, my innate magic, is divine. My magic that I learned is arcane.
Okay.
So that divine would be akin to what Kaya studies.
Yeah, but I trained for that. Did you say you're a paladin? You're not a paladin. You don't do the paladin stuff that I do. Yeah.
Not quite. A little different.
Well, I mean, nobody here seems to be able to help. So, I'm sure in a city this big there would be scholars or somebody that could help us. Maybe.
I honestly think Yora's onto something with the good dragons.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, it does look like maybe not elements, but it does seem like different types. One being fire, one being the storm, so electricity, another one being from the heavens, and one from water.
Right. And saying that earlier it says that it's 12 champions, so it's not enough descriptions to match where all of we are. But there are some similarities to maybe our situations.
Interesting.
Lazarus speaks up and he says prophecy is, well, it can be confusing oftentimes.
It's proving to be a very fickle thing.
Yes. Oftentimes when it comes to prophecy, you will not realize how accurate it truly is until after it is fulfilled. Then you will look back and think, wow, it said that all along.
Well, where is it telling us to go right now, Lazarus?
Well, that is for you to decide. Who, Pembear, you were able to read the text. The prophecy chose to reveal itself to you. What does that tell you?
I don't know. That I got a good roll.
That he's the smart one.
You know of one of the locations, do you not?
Well, yes.
So perhaps it chose you because you know of that location.
Wait,
Yeah.
you know where one of these things is? A dragon?
Well, I mean, the storm brings danger and eagle soars. Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles. You know?
Okay, so we go to your island, or at least to Fantas's island, right?
So wait, does Fantas know, or do you know?
Well, you can ask him.
Maybe we should
you can
ask
talk to him now.
No, I don't want to do that now. No, you should.
Well,
I'm gonna stay away from him for a while. though.
I don't really want to go back to my island, to be honest. I mean, if we have to, sure, but
Why not?
It's the only clue we have, the only concrete clue that we have so far.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
going back home is always great.
mm,
Get all those memories, and you remember, like, oh, I can't wait to go home. I myself, like, oh, I already miss the water and the feeling of it on my toes in the sand.
yeah, it depends how you left and the reason you left.
Well, one of them does mention water, Caius.
Well, yeah, but
But water is
again,
everywhere.
There's a lot of water. I mean, a lot. I could go back home. I mean, that'd be fun. You guys would love it there. It's much warmer.
Beaches, paradise.
Yora, you remember? Palm trees.
You tying me against my will, me almost
Oh, come
drowning
on, that
and
was
dying.
Day one.
Well, ask me how I would have responded. I probably would not have tied someone up who was almost, exhausted. Not half exhausted. 3 billion times exhausted.
With a big smile on my face, I'm just gonna say, maybe you would have casted vicious mockery
That's what I was thinking.
on him. Maybe.
That's fair enough. No, okay, so vicious mockery, I only do, that's to defend us, and I don't think I have anything to defend against someone who was exhausted from flying across an ocean after seeing their parents be murdered.
I'm just teasing. I'm just trying to, change the subject a little bit because
You don't want to go home.
No.
Okay, well, do any of the other clues sound familiar to anyone? Are there any other almost obvious landmarks?
I mean,
Anyone?
No, I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay. We're in a big city. Let's see what we can find out first. And if we can't find anything, I'll guide you guys back to my island.
I guess the one thing that we could also keep our eye out for is floodgates.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's the what I've been thinking about water, floodgates. I don't know. Maybe I just need some sleep. Might come to
Maybe
me.
that's a good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
you are down 2 members of your party.
Yeah.
Maybe
We do have a world map though, right?
How
Yes,
do
you
you
do.
know that, old man?
Could we, like, whoever has the map, could we possibly open the map and take a look at it? Maybe.
Sure. Let me just get to the right window here.
I'm just curious.
We just asked him to sit with us, though. Like, how does he know that we're missing 2 members?
Because he was in the cavern.
Yeah, he was there.
Well, okay, he's getting a little nosy then, I guess.
Okay,
I didn't watch
so
how many people he was hanging out with.
I'm going to turn off the dynamic lighting if it's even on right now. No, it's off. So you should be able to see the whole map. And while... Well, let's see. What is tonight, the date? Okay, so... Oh, we still have another week this month.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we are going to call it a night.
Will we
Next,
puzzle over the puzzle?
yes,
Mhm.
definitely. And while we're away over this week,
We've got rooms already lined up.
yeah, they are on the 3rd floor. There's 2 rooms with 2 beds each, and then there's a room with 3 beds.
So we'll figure that out amongst us
Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
beginning of
and
next episode.
you guys can go to bed, get some rest, and next week, Sedana and Trias and Rome and the ghost of Rome will hopefully reappear and arrive with that strange ship that Rome described that flies through the air.
Oh,
So-
and yeah, so then Caius is just getting chocolate wasted tonight then.
Okay.
Or 2.
So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Maybe you could help our players, our characters, figure out the prophecy. All you have to do is join Discord and read the prophecy, which is pinned in the Dragons of the Winter Storm channel. If you're not a member of our Discord, we will post a link, or you can type in the Twitch chat !Discord, and it will give you an invite to our Discord channel. Please join us. We'd love to hear from you. And plus, by joining our Discord, you could gain opportunities to playing games and that sort of thing. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you next week on the last day of this month. Be safe and peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good week.